In this video, we're going to take a look at a different kind of EQ, a Pultec Style EQ. Here I have the Pultec EQP1A plugin, and this is based on a legendary piece of hardware that was in all kinds of British and American recording studios in the past and still today. So here you can see it is very different looking than the graphic or the parametric style EQs we looked at in the earlier videos. It only has a few controls. There are two boost knobs where we can boost frequencies. There are two attend knobs. And attend is short for attenuate, which is just a fancy word for cutting. So we have boost controls and cut controls for both low frequencies and high frequencies. Down here we have frequency selector knobs. CPS stands for cycles per second. So this is 20 Hertz, 30 Hertz, 60 Hertz, and 100 Hertz. KCS stands for kilocycles per second or kilohertz. So 3 kilohertz, 4 kilohertz, and so on. Then finally we have this width control, which is like a Q control for the plugin as a whole. So let's check this out. I find this works particularly well on low frequency instruments like kick and bass. So let's listen to the kick drum first without the EQ plugin. So clear recording, not a lot of character, not a lot of oomph. Let's see what EQP1A can do. I'm going to unbypass it, activate it. And then let's go ahead and boost at 60 Hertz. And I'm really going to crank it up. Now it's very solid. It's got a lot of meat to it. Let's attenuate, and we're going to attenuate or cut that same frequency, 60 Hertz. And so what I think is going on here, although I'm not 100% certain, is that it is boosting a wide range of frequencies and it's cutting a narrower range of frequencies inside that boost. And this has the effect of sort of focusing the boost a little bit more. So what I'm hearing now is that it's taken some of the flamminess or the flabbiness out of the kick sound. And let's just compare it with this bypass button. And that's a big difference. We can try other frequency settings for the low end here. So 30 Hertz seemed to, like, the effect sort of went away. And I think that's because there's not a lot of information, not a lot of sound in that kick drum in the 30 Hertz range. It would probably be even less of a difference in the 20 Hertz range. It basically sounds like the original signal. So I think the choice of 60 Hertz was pretty good. I could also be talked into going to 100 Hertz on this. Now over here on the high end side, we can boost the high of the kick drum, which will increase the sound of the beater of the kick drum striking the head. And that gives a really nice attack. Let's try some other frequencies. This really brings up the bleed of the rest of the kit a little bit more. I think that 3 or 4 kilohertz would be good if we want to increase the snap of the beater on the drum head. And then let's attenuate at, let's say, 5 kilohertz. And let's play around with the width here. Now, I'm not exactly hearing the width, but what I am hearing is that when I switch it to broad, it makes the overall sound a little darker. And when I switch it to sharp, it makes it a little bit brighter. And it could just be because, you know, it's narrowing those bands down. And so it's affecting the sound a little bit less. And we're getting some more of the original sort of bright sound in there without a lot of the thud. So I'm going to leave it about there. Now let's listen to the whole thing, bypassed and unbypassed. That's a very dramatic difference in the kick sound, and it's not clipping and it's not distorting. So EQP1A or any other Pultec style plugin, or if you have the hardware unit, even better, is really good for low frequency sounds, kick drum, bass guitar, but it could be used in a variety of contexts.